Welcome back everyone to your favorite place to go balls deep into anime and manga, and this week, just like always, we're talking about Black Clover. Now, as we all know, last week was a jaw-dropping reveal as we all thought that Golden Dawn, including Yuno, had been totally obliterated.
Damn!
Well, we now have more information on that, as well as who the next target the Dark Triad will be going after, which as of this moment keeps piling more evidence to our theory regarding arcane magic users. Black Clover's war arc is shaping up to be the best one so far, as the tonal shift has begun with many characters being on the gauntlet to die. Even Asta himself, who Julius predicted will definitely occur if the Clover Kingdom loses the invasion. So without further ado, let's cue the intro. Okay, so it turns out that before William was taken, which he definitely was, like the Triad done snatched that man and bodied him, William must be thinking, why me, man? First I was hated by the village, then became Patri's slave, and now my life gets even worse by being the target of more devils.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
But since Tabata wants readers to forgive William's character by giving him a redemption arc for what he did, before he lost his battle, he casted a spell called Blooming of Yggdrasil to heal the Golden Dawn members that were still alive, including Yuno, Klaus, and Lotole. Now for the others, I really thought they were gonna die, like 1000% sure. They had bones piercing their hearts, they were dead, fam, screaming all over, going to place like, oh, my eyes, my beautiful eyes. But no, they're back and okay, which is cool, I guess. I don't know, I liked Klaus, so that's fine, I suppose. But even my man was like, how am I alive? This ass pull is amazing. Oh my god. It reminded me of this Piccolo scene.
Yes, I'm home. I'm alive. This is all a miracle. I'm awake. I'm wide awake!
Now, as we said last week, using balls deep prediction magic, we thought Yuno never was going to die. He's the main character, and that would have been too bold of a move of how the narrative is unfolding. We all want to see Yuno develop and become the strongest magic knight he can be. So as predictable as it is for him to still be alive since his grimoire was still on the floor, it's still the better choice since he is part of the light triad of personality, which is the antithesis to the dark triad. Yuno, Noel, and Asta's story are all interconnected in this arc seamlessly, and that's what makes it so great. Noel wants to find out the truth about her mother's death and destroy Megicula, but cannot tell anyone due to the curse, which obviously will naturally make her fall in love with Asta a bit more in the future, as he is ultimately the weapon that can destroy the dark triad with anti-magic. Right now, this bitch will be like, I cannot open up to him yet, I can't tell him my feelings.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
Asta wants to defend the kingdom, free his name of blasphemy, and I'm guessing not want to die, as Julius said. Yuno is the Spade Prince, whose ideology now matches Asta, and he wants to save the people of the nations. Most importantly, they all share the same ideology that everyone should be treated equally and want to change the culture of the kingdom. My favorite thing about this week's chapter is that Yuno cannot stand his weakness and can't believe what happened to his squad. He and a few others may be alive, but we gotta remember a lot of members still died. The squad is much smaller than it used to be, and that's where I see Patri and the others filling up the members of the Lost Souls, since they also have to receive a redemption arc. We can't forget about all of these other characters. Once they find out William has been captured, they will have no other option to help the kingdom and the man that they ruined. Further to point, this is the first time we see Yuno act like a real character, goddammit, and express how he's feeling as he cries out in anger and frustration, having lost so much in such a short amount of time. Now, at one point, I had thought the Clover Kingdom getting revenge on the Triad would have been a good idea, but when you think about it, if they did that, they'd be just like the elves, right? Seeking revenge and letting hatred motivate them. The war shouldn't be out of revenge. That's never the way to go, and the elves learnt that in the last arc. This is why Tabata is setting up the fact that the heroes are true to their name. Rather than being hypocrites, they need to save all the kingdoms united. Now, onto the Dark Triad. We now know who their next target is. Dante is after Yami, the Black Bull captain, which means we're gonna get to see them throw hands with the GOAT. Wait, what? The manga goes on break next week? Oh, guys, I'm sorry to tell you, but we have to long wait for that. One thing to note is that we didn't see anyone accompanying Dante, unlike Zeno and Varnica, who we'll get into in a moment. So if it's just him, either he's underestimating the bulls, or he's seriously so strong he can body the whole squad on his own without breaking a sweat. This also gives me even more evidence to our balls deep theory as to why arcane mage users are being targeted. There are 3 directions I can see now for where the story will go. One is that arcane magic users like Yami can kill devils, so they need to destroy all arcane magic users to win the war for sure, because they will have no chance fighting back. Number 2 is that they want to destroy or capture them and use them to bring more devils from the other world to this one. Or 3, they want to steal their magic for themselves, as Zeno mentioned. Or 4, it's all of the above. This entire theory is going to come true. My analysis gained even more evidence towards the end of the chapter 239, where Dante says humanity is evil, rage, fear, hatred, revenge, and destruction. The true human nature is evil. Like that for us, this world is too plain boring. And since we know his personality is based on Machiavellianism, which is characterized by manipulation and exploitation of others, where there is an absence of morality due to a higher level of self-interest, him stating all of this makes perfect sense, as this matches the trait. Therefore, Dante is inciting the idea that since the world is so boring, to make it more fun, he needs more evil to exist from the other world, which resides all the devils to exist in this one as he takes over the whole world. You guys get what I'm trying to say, right? Yeah, that's how confident Dante is as a person. By the way, guys, if you can smash that like button for me, I'd really appreciate you supporting the channel. Let's get to 10,000. We cover Black Clover weekly on the channel, so join the Anime Balls Deep community by hitting the notification bell too. Don't be shy in joining the discussion in the comment section below. These guys don't hurt. Moving on, we discovered that Varnica wants to kill the Heart Queen before her curse kills her. She says it's too boring if she just died when her time ran out, and that she wants to kill her with her own hands. Now keep in mind that the Heart Queen has been said to be able to take down the entire Clover Kingdom Magic Knights on her own by Mimosa in chapter 224, before the time skip, right? So Varnica must be utterly broken. Varnica probably uses 80% of the devil or more. How else would she think that she can take her down so easily, right? It seems that the targets are those who confirm to be arcane mages, which definitely includes Asta and Sekri, since they're kind of well known for that now, so at some point they'll be after them as well. I'm so confused how the triad know about arcane users from every single country, but not aware of Asta, who became infamous and posters were going everywhere in the country. In chapter 230, he literally caused a ruckus and made his name well known, and we also know for a fact that devil users sense each other, since the Spade Captain in chapter 230, seeing it in Asta straight away and said, "You have devil power, son. What the hell is going on, fam?" Asta also felt familiar with the word magic devil straight away when they first met, so this needs to be explained with a massive reveal left for a plot twist in the future to the Dark Triad finding out the truth, like, oh my god, my G over here. Also, I think for sure that the Heart Queen has knowledge of what happened to Yuno and all the others, but she could not do anything about it because the timeline is happening all at once. All the other characters were away doing something. Otherwise, to me, this is just plot inconsistency. How come an omniscient person that read the whole manga beforehand, has all the knowledge that we do, and manipulated Asta to come to her country, isn't using her powers, doing so now in a dire situation where the actual war has started? Is she just busy staring at Asta because he's sexy?
Damn, boy, he's thick!
With everything that I have said, and Asta being the kind of person he is, which in the words of Veto, is someone that devours everything, even despair, it's a nasty combo for the triad. And despite the fact that technically Asta shouldn't be the strongest character right now, he's probably gonna be the biggest challenge to the Spade forces. When Veto said what he said, although it wasn't a direct confirmation that Asta Devil eats despair, it was sort of a foreshadowing that Asta would be the one to kill all the other devils. And I'm sure the AntiMagic Devil, who is similar to Asta in the sense that he's been discriminated against too, and he's of low social status in the hierarchy system of the devil, probably for having no magic. The AntiMagic Devil has no problem with this, since as I've mentioned in my other video, he seems to hold a grudge against the others of his kind, and that he doesn't seem to care about them. The AntiMagic Demon could have felt discriminated against in the other world, just like Asta did, due to having no chance of being able to incarnate himself due to his nature. Most devils' true goal is to live in the real world and reach their maximum power by gaining a real body and a 5-leaf grimoire. The AntiMagic Demon would never have this opportunity, unlike other devils, due to all users dying by his nature. Magic is linked to life force after all, and anti-magic would just kill them. Asta is his destined vessel that he will never let go of. The AntiMagic Demon took the time to make the word soul devil feel like crap before he faded away, and he called him a senior, therefore meaning that there is a hierarchy system, as I said. And why would he do this? He's like, bye bitch, are you dead? What? This guy's a savage. Another thing is that devils can only incarnate when someone goes into despair, and Asta has shown to be capable of snapping someone out of despair. Given Patry was a kid and therefore more easily swayed, but still, Asta can go into their headspace and potentially snap them out of this, which is something no one has been able to do so that we have been shown. So he's more than likely the one to defeat Megicula, right? Asta will have to unlock a second wing, as it has been foreshadowed against the word magic devil, and an anti-magic zone that disables everyone in his vicinity. Asta has a link with the other world either way that we look at it. His sword was called the Demon Destroys Swords that were probably created by ancient dwarfs. This is another plot device in the future where he will get a power boost. Asta's headband is the same as the demon god. Why do they have the same design, fam? It cannot be a coincidence that Asta faced two major demons, with a demon slayer sword being the weapon that kills them in the end, and these swords having a demon helping them destroy his own kind because he has that grudge. I mean, let me make a mind-blowing statement right here, you know what I'm saying? What if the devil is Asta's father?
What did you say, nigga?
Could Asta's father fall into despair and become the demon which destined them together? I mean, that's why the anti-magic demon says, I am the closest person to you, but you just don't know? Remember how I kept saying that we as a Black Clover community think the devil must have gone into the grimoire 500 years ago when Nero was asleep? Well, I don't think that's 100% the case as a fact anymore. Asta was about to fall into despair himself until Yuno came and saved it. Maybe the demon could only be activated until he felt that despair and found him. Plus, users only get their grimoire when they are 15 years old. In chapter 208, Nero confirms that after Licht's grimoire became a 5-leaf, the anti-magic demon is the one that imbued himself to the book with his anti-magic powers. If she had more knowledge on this topic, she would have said how he got into the book, but with the way she speaks here, it's as if she didn't know the anti-magic demon was in the book at all, and he only recently imbued himself. In chapter 205, she confirms that she was asleep for a few years before she woke up again, and for 500 years she watched over Licht's grimoire. So when Asta manifested it, she must have been shocked looking for where it went. In chapter 209, Nero had to find the book again and where Asta was, where she admits that she only approached him to use him for her plan to revive the first Wizard King to stop the devil. Asta manifested the grimoire and Nero realized he did and therefore followed him, and since she knew it actually belonged to Licht, that was the whole plan. She doesn't know shit. Asta's grimoire teleported to him, so Nero could not have been protecting it at all times. Plus, she would be asleep and shit. Doesn't a bird need to eat and take a shit and, you know, a bit of mating here and there? How else would Tabata explain on why Asta was able to teleport the book to his side like a dimension if this wasn't the case? Nero admits herself that she doesn't have a clue as to why Asta manifested the book and says it's a coincidence. On top of that, the otherworldly magic doesn't affect Asta, but this can be debunked by the mere fact that he has no mana, right? However, the word magic devil confirmed that his magic destroys everything from this world because it's from the other world. So this can be foreshadowing that Asta's connection with the other world is stronger than we think. Was he created from the other world? Who knows? I think with my new analysis on this makes a bit more sense with the direction of how the story is going. There's like 1,000 different theories on this channel because we are balls deep, right? But I am open to ideas of what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you want to see more Black Clover content, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, as well as following me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.